at the service center that Karen and I had.
This is
All
Baker.
our employees were women.
This is also
part of the pay gap. We screwed over everybody at the
features.
So that was
And this is
I
Baker.
want to share with you real quick.
Audio
I
stereo.
want to share this with you because it's so much fun.
This
I used
is
to
also
broadcast, handling the law at a place where Michael Reagan, who was Ronald Reagan's son, and we used to hang out, have lunch together. And I once asked him, I said, let me ask you a question. Your mom, Nancy Reagan, you and Maureen were adopted. The other two were the biological children of Nancy. Were you treated differently? And he said, nah, she hated all of us at the same level. Which is true, by the way. Isn't that a great story? Yeah, it is. So the point is that if you have one gender, you can treat everybody badly, like I had. But let's go back to the story at hand. So there's a couple bills going on in California. And employers might have to soon disclose a whole lot more information about pay and even internal practices. I mean, data, how employees are treated, what the company does to sort of even out the way employees even walk down the hall if they're treated badly. I mean, literally minutia. What are you doing? I mean, data across the board that most employers don't even keep. I mean, do you really care if someone doesn't like you? Do you think an employer does? Oh, I'm not treated very well. Is it a hospital? Well, no. Hey, suck it up. Put your big boy pants on. Oh, excuse me, you can't say that. If it's an LGBTQ person, it's put your big boy skirt on or big girl pants. Put your put pants on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Put your pants on. Yeah, no longer big boy. Put your pants on. Although that sort of you don't quite get the same meaning, do you? With that, put your pants on. Well, I like to run around without pants. So moving on. And not only is it gender, it's also race-based pay gaps. How unusual. We talk about this all the time. That when it comes to minorities, they're not getting the same pay. And so the state is one state senator, Monique Limon, out of Santa Barbara, introduced a bill to close the pay gap, reduce poverty, working poverty, improve job quality. And so she basically said, make everything go public. Everything. Everything you study about workers and your workplace, productivity, all of it, you go ahead and publish. Give as much information as possible. You keep nothing secret. Well, the business community, chambers of commerce are going, come on, really, guys? Well, transparency. Can you take transparency to the point where it goes beyond, it crosses the line? Yeah. And the eventual aim across this, and we're talking about reports on how the employees are treated, workforce size, scheduling, pay, internal promotions, benefits, safety, turnover rate, equity. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And you know what the point of all this is? Is to create a certification program, much like the health department puts the A, B, and C ratings on restaurants, so you know what the state rating is. That's what they want to do with employers. And now here is the surprising fact that I want to share with you. This is research. It shows all of this is a trade-off. And this is across the world, by the way. Denmark is happening, Australia, and will happen here. And that is, how do these companies shrink the gender gap? Do they pay women more? Nope. They just don't give men raises. That's how they do it. You shrink the amount of raises and the number of raises down, and guess what happens? All of a sudden, the gender gap is shrunk. Hey, I'll bet you these politicians didn't figure on that one, huh? Coming up, Garcetti. Is he ever going to be the ambassador to India? Not a chance. The closest he's ever going to be is to go to an Indian restaurant down the street. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
An independent police oversight firm has been hired by the city of Santa Ana to investigate allegations that a unit of elite officers is behaving like a gang. The audit is mostly in response to the story last month in the blog Knock LA. The story alleged that the major enforcement team was a police gang created and protected by the chief. News is brought to you by the Cunning Dental Implant Center. A missing woman from Las Vegas and her 2-year-old son have been found dead in a car east of the 15 freeway near Baker.
They weren't too far from the freeway. They were in a little turnaround just off of Isaacs Road. So from my understanding, they were pretty close to the freeway.
Mara Rodriguez is with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and says the two were found May 8th by a park ranger. Rodriguez says the mother shot her son before killing herself. A middle school teacher in Norwalk has become the only teacher in the state to be surprised with a $25,000 Outstanding Educator Award.
My whole message to my students is get an education.
Los Alisos middle school teacher Angelica Gunderson says she might put the money from the Milken Award towards earning a doctorate.
I started cleaning houses so that I could go to college. It's been a really long journey. I was an immigrant.
State Superintendent Tony Thurman says the award speaks to the power of education. It was great to hear our students claiming, hey, that's my future. And you can see what Ms. Gunderson has invested in these students. Gunderson leads a 3-year science program teaching coding, robotics, green architecture, and more at Los Alisos in Norwalk. Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Research shows the COVID-19 pandemic has hit some working parents pretty hard.
School policies were tough on parents' mental health. Researchers at Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, found much of the policy decisions were based on public health guidance without consideration of the potential strain on working parents. The study found moms were especially affected as they acted as teachers and caregivers while trying to make ends meet during the pandemic. The study also found more mental health strain among lower income and less educated parents. Deborah Mark, KFI News.
Microsoft founder Bill Gates says he has tested positive for COVID-19. The outspoken vaccine advocate said on Twitter he's experiencing mild symptoms and he's following the experts' advice by isolating until he's healthy again. Gates added he is fortunate to be vaccinated and boosted. And an alleged avocado thief in Goleta has been charged with grand theft of fruit. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office says the officer found the man's trunk on Sunday filled with avocados stolen from a nearby ranch. Authorities say they also found a meth pipe and a bunch of meth during the search. The stolen avocados have been returned and the man's been placed in jail without bail. We'll get a look at your drive right after sports with Wayne.
But they found no chips, apparently.
Apparently not.
The Dodgers dominated the Pittsburgh Pirates in an 11-1 rout with some nice defensive plays as well.
Let's see Brian Hayes, who had 3 hits. Lines one to right field. Mookie Betts is there. He makes the catch. Gamble trying it. Here comes the throw. It is. It's time to get him. Oh, Mookie Betts gunned him out. Don't run on Mookie.
The series concludes this morning at 9:35 live on AM 570 LA Sports. Angels rookie lefty Reed Detmer threw a no-run, no-hit game against the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Halos back smacked away to secure a 12-0 victory. That series wraps up today at 4:07 with Shohei Ohtani on the mound. And the LA Kings have taken a 3-2 lead in their NHL playoff series against the Edmonton Oilers. They won Game 5 by a score of 5-4. They get Game 6 at home tomorrow at 7, and you can hear it live in HD on the iHeart app. I'm Wayne Lesnick, KFI Sports. I'm a big fan of Life Source Whole House Water Filtration System. I've been talking about them for years. I have one at home. And here's why I like it so much. Number one, it's a whole house system, which means the water is filtered from the outside. So every drop that comes in is already filtered water. Every faucet, every tap that in your house produces is clean, delicious, obviously highly filtered, safe water. It removes chlorine and chloramines and harsh chemicals. I mean, this is high-end stuff. Reduces problems caused by hard water. If you buy bottled water, you can kiss that goodbye. That'll save you some money, and environmentally that makes sense. You're bathing, you're cleaning, you're cooking, doing dishes, doing your clothes in what is effectively bottled quality water. And there's no maintenance of any kind, ever. You're good to go. Once installed, you can forget about it and just enjoy the water. You can get a system for as low as $86 per month on approval of credit. Call 800-803-2696, 800-803-2696. Visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source Water. Taste and feel the difference.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a mostly sunny day ahead, much like yesterday, with highs in the mid-60s to the lower 70s. We'll make it into the 70s and low 80s by tomorrow. We'll be in the 80s, right at 90 for Friday, and then into the low 90s inland by Saturday. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. Take us to the 101, Jeff Baugh.
That could be my pleasure. As a matter of fact, the South 101 now. Well, even the South 170 getting to the interchange and the South 101 is kind of slow from about Victory Boulevard to the interchange. But after that, okay, through the Quangapatz and then Sunset Boulevard down to the 4-level, all lanes are open. The reason I mention that is because we have a massive problem leaving the San Fernando Valley and the South 405. We just had a look at it. South 405 at the Getty Center ramp, it's the two riders still shut down and the off ramp. It was a rig that was tipped over. They've almost got it back on its wheels, so really good work by everybody involved. But again, two right lanes are blocked. The backup is Tarasco Boulevard. Sepulveda Boulevard up and over the hills, forget about it. It's a mess. It's actually worse than the freeway. All the canyons are pretty bad as well. Now, Beverly Glen from Sherman Oaks going over to Homely Hills, it's busy, but it's better than Coldwater. Coldwater is the crash up at Mulholland. That's terrible. Even Laurel Canyon leaving, that's pretty bad. So, east one among to the Hollywood Freeway, it's not bad at all. It might just save your morning. It's going to be busy at the 4-level, but at least you get through. Long time delays on the 405. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Chef Fabio Bibiani has arrived. And now, the top 7 reasons to visit the marketplace at Morongo. Number 7.
Prime Cup is open. Steakhouse meats and Brazilian churrasco.
Number 6.
The Scotto is open. Try the seafood tower and oysters on the half.
Number 5.
The Chiru is open.
Number 4.
Pork and waffles is open. The best barbecue this side of the Mississippi.
Number 3.
Mercado Central is open. It's unrivaled, innovative Italian fare.
Number 2.
Sweet Things is open. Sweet treats for the biggest sweet teeth.
And the number 1 reason to go to the marketplace at Morongo.
The marketplace is open. It's an elevated all-you-can-eat casino dining experience you've got to try today. The marketplace is open.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Hey all, it's Steve Sharp. Are you looking to sell your home in 2022? Well, congratulations, that's a big deal. For most of us, it's the biggest deal of all, so let's make sure you get everything out of it that you can. Before you get ready to list, make sure you call the good folks at Revive. Revive's business is to maximize your home sale value. How? By guiding you through market-critical upgrades before you sell. It's like flipping your own home, except Revive fronts the cost and guarantees the result. Yeah, you heard me right. No money out of pocket and a higher selling price guaranteed. You can list higher and sell faster in just a few short weeks. In fact, the average homeowner sees $160,000 in additional profit. This is a no-brainer. Revive has created an easy, stress-free way to maximize your greatest asset, your home. So are you thinking about selling? Well, you can settle or you can see what's possible. To get started, visit iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
You ever had a low tire pressure warning light come on in your car? This is Leland Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC, with another good deed for free. Our technician Kevin was just finishing up a service call in the customer's garage, and she pointed at her car and said, "Hey, I heard on the radio y'all do good deeds for free. Do you know how to pump air into cars?" Before he could say yes, she pulled out her keys and got in the car. Kevin hopped in the passenger seat, and they were off to find a gas station. On the way, she explained that her nephew normally handled things like that. He had recently moved out. At the station, Kevin carefully filled each tire to the manufacturer's recommendations, and that was that. Tires full, warning light off. Thanks, Kevin. That was a small good deed that made a big difference for our customers. Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free. Service Champions, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
Injured in an accident? Call superwomansuperlawyer.com.
KFI, AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
More stimulating talk.
KFI, AM
It's 640. Bill Handel here on a Wednesday morning, May 11th, as we continue with the show. Mayor Garcetti, LA mayor, is about to end his term. He's being turned out. And he is obviously a lifelong Democrat. He is very loyal to the Democratic Party and has connections to the president. And in many cases, this is how you get a job, is you're connected. And when it comes to ambassadorships, there are two kinds. One's where it is really tricky and you need a civil servant, someone who is well experienced, seasoned, and we're talking about hot spots around the world. Ukraine. Can you imagine a political appointment as ambassador to Ukraine? I mean, that'd be crazy right now. However, other places, you throw it at political friends and donors. Bermuda, where you walk around in shorts. India is, it's more than just Bermuda, but again, it is not a hot spot where you need professional, seasoned career diplomats. And so we start with that. And here is my question. Garcetti has been in this controversy for years, in which an aide of his has been accused of sexually harassing other people on the staff. Garcetti claims he didn't know about it. Others around him have said he did know about it. A whistleblower, and there's been investigations, and some have said, yeah, he's been cleared. One, the city investigation, investigating its own mayor. No, there's nothing there. And so he gets nominated as ambassador to India, which means that needs Senate confirmation. Ambassadors are confirmed by the Senate in their hearings. So he goes in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and the Senator Charles Grassley, who is part of the committee, in a report, and this is after the committee voted to have him go on the floor for a vote, Garcetti, and said, we're still going to let him go on the floor, we're still going to let the vote take place, but here's our 23-page report that says all of this wrongdoing happened. Number one, Garcetti either likely knew or should have known about the sexual misconduct. And so with that in mind, at what point does the president just give up the ghost on this? I mean, how connected can they be? I mean, are there political considerations? Sure, because the White House has called this a political witch hunt, a political attack, but then everybody calls it everything. Every investigation is now a political hatchet job. There's no such thing as a legitimate investigation that exists anymore, any place in government. And so usually, these nominations are a given. It's the president. He wants an ambassadorship, he gets an ambassadorship. Like, he wants someone to be on the post office subcommittee to find out, are the stamps sticky enough? And the president appoints. And it's and if it happens to be Senate confirmation necessary, they go ahead and do it. They do it by acclamation. Literally, they don't even raise their hands. It's on the consent calendar. And this one is being told, no, this nomination is being stopped. Why? Because of misdeeds. There's something wrong here, at least the allegations of a sexual nature. Not that Garcetti himself was engaged in this, but he knew about it and did nothing. Or should have known and defended his aide. And there's plenty of smoke there. There may not be fire, but there's plenty of smoke. And I'm wondering, too, about the president. You know what? How important is Garcetti? You know, do you really want to fall on your sword on this one? Or is it so important politically you can't let Republicans say no to you on this one? And there are plenty of Democrats that are going to say no. Who go, yeah, you know what? There's enough here. I mean, people have to be absolutely sterling when they go in front of the Senate, in front of these committees. And he is not. I was wondering when I was looking at this topic this morning, does Garcetti have pictures of Biden with a goat? I mean, is that what's going on? Because this makes no sense for him not to say, okay, ambassador to India, hey, go down the street, there's a nice Indian restaurant, enjoy yourself. And no. I mean, his chances, I think, of being the ambassador are close to Dan. Okay, we're done. Okay, had to go there, didn't I? But I truly don't get it, truly. Okay, health insurance and the cost of fertility treatment. This is something that I have been involved with for a very long time. I'll share. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
A vote is now expected this afternoon on whether to legalize abortion. Senate Democrats are hoping to save the historic Roe v. Wade decision and turn it into federal law. A Republican senator is targeting Disney in a new copyright bill. Missouri's Josh Hawley proposed a bill yesterday that would limit copyright protection to 56 years, and it would apply retroactively. And a search is on in Alaska for a bear that killed an Army soldier. The attack happened yesterday as a small group was taking part in a training exercise on a base. From the Driveway.com Weather Center, we've got a mostly sunny day ahead with highs in the mid-60s to the low 70s. This report is brought to you by the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. Take us to the 134 Jeff Ball, and I'll wave at you.
Yeah, I can't believe you said that because we're coming right over to the studio. I could use a cup of coffee too, by the way. we really are right now. The 134 is looking good. I was a little concerned about the problem of Buena Vista that came up on our CHP stuff, but it's all gone. Looking down there, everything is good. Even the eastbound drive now coming away from the 170, still windy up here. 170 over the 5, that's good. Southbound getting slow to the East LA interchange, South 101, the Hollywood Freeway, from Sunset Boulevard down. It's the South 405, still is the problem from Roscoe over to Getty Center. The rig problem, 2 right in the off-ramp, Sepulveda Boulevard, all used up, long.
All right, if you're thinking about selling your home, I don't want you to have all the hurdles and hassles of listing and showing. I want you to be able to take that job across the country and have one big thing off your list, selling your home. And you're saying, how can you do this? You just go to opendoor.com. This is the new fashioned way to sell your home. It's not old school where you had to do the repairs yourself and do all the prep work yourself with the listings and the showings. Nope, all you do is go to opendoor.com, answer some really basic questions about your house, like your address, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. Then Open Door is going to take that information, compare it with what they call comps in the neighborhood, which are homes that have recently sold, and then they'll give you a real competitive offer. And I know how competitive the offer is because I went through the process and was shocked by how quickly I got the offer back and what it was for. So sell your home the new fashioned way. I call it the stress-free way at opendoor.com/KFI. Again, get your free offer today at opendoor.com/KFI. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Inc., license number 020-61130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage LLC in its other markets. Sell your home the new fashioned way at opendoor.com/KFI.
Attention I-10 freeway drivers. Freeway and ramp closures are coming up for the I-10 Express Lanes project. Don't get stuck. For dates and detours, visit GoSBCTA.com. That's GoSBCTA.com for more information on the I-10 Express Lanes project.
This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Save on your go-to ingredients at Whole Foods Market. Get animal welfare certified 80% lean ground beef for $4.49 a pound through May 17th, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Be at Dodger Stadium Monday, May 16th, when the Dodgers meet the Diamondbacks. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance and add a 2022 Walker Dealer bobblehead to your collection, courtesy of Bank of America.